Greetings, Latasa delegates. I'm Mike Hart, and we are here at Slungspruit Primary School to interview Gertrude Nkabane, a grade 7 teacher, about how she has used the Reading to Learn methodology during this COVID-19 period, inducting other teachers who are not grade 7 teachers into using the methodology to cover and go beyond syllabus requirements. I will refer to her as GT, as she is commonly known, an appropriate name for her as she is like a supercharged car. Very briefly, Reading to Learn is a systematic, highly supportive 6-stage methodology to enable learners to unpack the structure and language patterns of text and then to use that knowledge to write text effectively. It is a cross-curricular methodology to enable all learners across all learning areas and phases of schooling in any language to integrate the teaching of the content of texts with how to read and write them, thus placing reading as the primary skill. GT, there's been a lot of tension and debate about returning to school during COVID. Those of us in Reading to Learn who were outside the school were very anxious about what was happening in the classroom. So we were very excited to get WhatsApps from you showing what you've been doing and what the children have achieved with RTL methodology in your school teaching grade 7s. So, GT, please tell us how the teaching was organized, how the class was split up and allocated to different teachers.
We were organized according to the 3 phases. There was foundation phase teachers, intermediate and senior. So one teacher from the senior phase was cooperated with the 2 other phases. All the learners were in the same class for about 1 hour per learning area. So as we know that grade 7 has got 9 learning areas. So 1 hour, and then we take like 3 hours before break, then after break we take the rest. That's how we were organized. So the foundation teachers were working together with the other grades. No one was sitting down and doing nothing.
What did you manage to cover in terms of reading and writing over this period?
In day 1, we had to do the preparing for reading. Yeah. On that day, we had to look, like day 1, we did COVID-19 because that was what was in the highlight. So we had to do COVID-19 poetry. We read through the poem with them. Yeah. And then from there, we had to go, they do their preparing. We did the charts, and then the next day, first thing in the morning, we had to come together for 5 minutes before we get into the class and then see how well they have done as a homework. Yeah. And then we look quickly what is expected for a day. So before they get started, they will come to me, watching me in my first lesson. Yeah. Then they see how things go. Then from there, they had to go and do as per demonstration.
So you were modeling the methodology?
Yes, I modeled the methodology of RTL in the whole school.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you did that through all the stages?
All the stages.
Yeah.
Even if we were doing, like in our stay, we had to do the genres, different genres. Yeah. They don't know how it's done. So they had to do, we did narrative. Yeah. We did descriptive essay. We did advertisements, that is the formal information text. Yeah. Then we also did the oral, the poet, as I said, and the procedure, the recipes. Yeah. So before they get into the class, I had to take them through how to unpack using the preparing for reading for poetry, doing all the detailed reading. They were highlighting the words, the vocabulary words. Yeah. They had to look at the tenses and stuff.
So then you would model it, then you would do it. Was there ongoing discussion that you had with them through the whole process?
Definitely. Each and every lesson, after when we are free on our proof period, or after, because our teaching stops at around about 2 o'clock. Yeah. The teachers, when the teachers come back, they reported me as they think is the master. Yeah. So they will come and report what things they've discovered in the class.
Yeah.
And they will show me the photos. I didn't tell them they take photos
Yeah.
or you take the videos, but they will show me, look, GT, this is what my learners have done. Listen to them. And other teachers will look at us and say, what's going on? They will stop doing whatever they are doing and listen to us. And it's our conversation, because it was getting hotter and hotter each day. When I'm explaining, I'm mentoring them. They will do a video of me speaking to them, taking them each and every step, unpacking methodology. They will take that home. That is when they use what I told them and put it into practice.
Okay, great. So in this short period of time, they became independent people working with text.
Excellently.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got one teacher from the grade 3s that reported back to me. I've got a voicemail. If you can follow me, you can find out more about that.
So you use a lot of methods through WhatsApp and all sorts of things to keep in touch and communicate, and they grew with that.
Yes.
Okay. How did teachers react to using this methodology who had not used it before, and how did you get them on board in the short time that you had?
Firstly, they were shocked because they were not expecting the foundation phase to be in grade 7.
Yeah.
They were a little bit scared when everything started.
Yeah.
But as we helped them, because we scaffolded the teachers,
Yeah.
we helped them, we push together, we work as a team.
Yeah.
That is when they see things are happening.
Yeah.
What they did, they were so excited. They want to own this, to be the part of it. And they requested us as English teachers to send this on a colleagues. We've got a group for the school.
Yeah.
The colleagues WhatsApp group. They said, please, can you send this to us so that when you sit home, we enjoy what you're doing in your work. This is tremendous work.
Okay. Do you feel that this will have implications for the use of reading to learn in your school more widely?
Definitely, because now as a school, the teacher that is teaching foundation phase is capable of doing the grade, the intermediate and the senior. They just enter the class very free, because previously some were scared of standing in front of grade 7.
Yeah.
So now they are well equipped. That when they get there, they've got the feel that now RTL has equipped them.
How did other teachers in the school react who are not part of your teaching group?
Even the natural science teachers, they come and ask, how can we
And you're able to
enter
do that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
In a very short space of time.
Yeah.
Because they are sitting together like this, and I move from one class like I'm doing a workshop.
Most importantly, how did learners respond in terms of participation and performance?
So the teachers themselves were scared, as well as the learners. They used to talk to them in a Zulu. Now they see something different. So the teachers standing inside them scared them. They were shocked. With this mask, they didn't want to speak. And as time goes on, because the teachers will probe using RTL methodology, they will ask them questions. They will say, they affirm them. They will support them, scaffold them. And that is where the learners started to enjoy, to make it use of this the teaching and learning. They were part of it, and they took it through. They wrote their poems, descriptive paragraphs, because we taught them, we talked that all of us are going to talk about the cell phone. What is it, the features, and so on, as well as how is it important. And from there, the learners spoke of a lot of things of their own. They described, and they added something that we couldn't expect. It's coming from them.
And they've done a lot of writing.
They've done a lot of. They did the procedure test. They did descriptive. They did narrative from chapter 1 and 2. Because we've got a novel in grade 7 that says my sister is missing. I've got some writing what they did. Now and on, if you talk about RTL, that's me. It's my dream. It's when I wake up, I think of it. Then I want to practice and see. And I could see much change.
Thank you. To finally, we don't have time to show the work that was done by the pupils and other teachers' reactions, but you can visit our website and we'll give you some of the examples of what was written and achieved, and the reaction of a grade 3 teacher to the whole experience that she had.